So, welcome to our new series, Facts About the Brain and Mental Health. Number 1, brains are like faces. Now, one of the certificates behind me on the wall is from a course I want to run by Dr. Paul Johns. He runs a neuroanatomy course once a year, which is 4 days sitting in a lecture theatre, and then day 5 on the Friday, you go in the dissection lab at King's College London, where you get to handle real brains. Don't get to dissect them, but you get to handle them. And what he taught us on day 1 is that brains are like faces. What does he mean by that? Well, what he means is they're all the same, but they're all different. All faces, or most faces, have got 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, 2 ears, all roughly the same size, all roughly the same positions, but all subtly different, i.e. all faces are different, albeit they've got those same basic features. Brains are the same. Most brains have the same basic structure, but everyone's brain is unique. There will be some nuance that is different. What does that look like in practice? Well, if we think about faces, some people might say, I've got a big nose. You can decide that for yourself. If we think about brains, Einstein's brain was removed after his death, and they discovered an unusual feature. They discovered what the scientists call, in the scientific literature, a large knob. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call it a knob. I might call it a loop that looks a little bit like the Thames going round the Isle of Dogs, but the scientists called it a knob. And you can see that on this picture, which is labelled K, which stands for knob. Why did Einstein have such a large knob in his brain? Well, we know that that part of the brain is the part that is responsible for controlling the movement of the left hand. And Einstein was an accomplished violinist. Although he was left-handed normally, he played the violin in a right-handed way. In other words, the bow was in the right hand and his left hand adjusted the strings. So we believe that that skill he had playing the violin was what made that particular part of the brain develop to the extent that it did. What does that mean for neurofeedback therapy? Well, if all brains are different, we ought to accommodate that. At BrainTrainUK, we not only develop a bespoke plan for your brain based upon your symptoms and your history, we also create a bespoke journey through that plan based upon your feedback on how your brain and your nervous system respond. That way, we can deliver bespoke neurofeedback unique to your brain.